I don't know shit.
I don't know.
I don't know shit.
Coley, go ask Preacher Man.
I don't know shit.
He says he knows.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Go ask Mr. Politician.
I don't know shit.
He says he knows. But me?
Yeah, I don't know shit.
Before we get into it, let's do a little meditation. I'm going to attempt to only speak from my higher consciousness and not let any sauce get in the well, but you know me. I like adding a little sauce.
Philosophy.
For philosophy and spiritual commentary, I'm going to start that off with talking about grounding. So, as an artist, I do a lot of thinking of flying. My spirituality feels like flight, or even flowing like a river. But if you don't cater to the earthly body that we are using to navigate this material realm, your body's going to disintegrate. You got to take good care of it. Sometimes I can work on the button and not even remember to eat, but then that catches up to you. So you got to ground yourself, presence of both what the body needs and the flight needs. You know, both the creative and spiritual higher part of the Maslow's triangle of fulfillment, and also the basic needs of security, shelter, food, water, you know, sex, making love, healthy body rituals, as well as the conscious spiritual type rituals. And for me, one of the biggest health tips that I got from thinking in this way was gut health. Like a lot of the same bioorganisms and chemicals and hormones and things are in your gut that are in your brain. It's wild how your gut is another thinking center for your body. And it's like I really notice a difference in my meditations and my mindset the better care I take of my gut. So, you know, daily probiotics, avoiding, depending on your own preferences, but dairy, gluten makes me so brain foggy, it's ridiculous. I even like to do, it's a pretty esoteric thing, but I like to do like fungal cleanses where I'll take like an antifungal for like 3 days and just clear that, because the gut's just a balance between the fungal in there and the bacterial, like good bacteria, good fungus, bad bacteria, bad fungus. Like they kind of work together to keep the ecosystem balanced. So sometimes if you're like you feel like you're overly foggy, it could even be because of a fungal overgrowth. You know, it could be your body's overproducing fungus. If you don't have enough good bacteria in your stomach, you could get all backed up. That's why the probiotics. So you're just trying to cultivate this ecosystem within your gut, and it leads to better mindset as well. You know, the body into mind. I like to do cleanses and fasts. I really only like to do it for a couple days. I don't really like to get down on those, 2 weeks straight, not eating and drinking. I don't need to self-flagellate that hard. You know, just a couple days of clearing out, lemon water, that kind of things, ginger, and then find what, balance set is, and then start from there eating a little bit more normal, which my normal is weird as fuck anyway, with carrot juice and God knows what. So that's my thoughts for today. Grounding and gut health is what's resonating for me today. And for Pragmatic Party on politics,
Politics, all retarded. Instead of fighting, let's start a party. Red or blue, we both a part. The same thing, not different parties.
Let's start a party. Start a party. Start a party. Start a party. Let's start a party. Start a party. Start a party. Start a party.
I'd like to talk about there's nothing to be gained by destroying an enemy, quote unquote. So in our country, there's this idea, and at times spilling into physical civil war, hyper liberal versus hyper conservative, and the battle for the soul of our country, as they say. But the reality is we're all on the same team. You know, if you had a team and half the team was trying to sabotage the other half and vice versa, that team wouldn't do very well. If you had a company, half the team was sabotaging the other half, it wouldn't be a successful company. So we're currently not a functioning society, functioning country. We got to work together again. It's not just high-minded, ooh, kumbaya. It's just like for pure efficiency, we got to do it. To get things done. Like, there's enough things that we agree on and can see clearly need to happen. Why are we having culture wars about who believes something none of us can really prove versus something else that someone believes that you can't really prove? We need to take it out of this shit and get it into like tic-tac-toe, work together, make 5-year plans, 10-year plans, 20-year plans, 100-year plans. It can't be just undermining for the 2 years you got out of office, and then when you're back in office, you're just ramming it down their throat, and then they're trying to block it. It's not functioning very well. So, you know, and I don't even like to view the world in these terms, but if you look at our strategic competitors, Russia, China, you know, I believe the world, there's enough for everybody, and we can find a way to all coexist and be more allies with everyone than have these enemies, quote unquote. So I don't believe in the idea of even global enemies, personally. I think there's competition for resources, and in a limited planet that is over-farmed, overfished, over everything, that causes some actual very real resource competitions, but there's no reason why we can't work together on the science to improve those. But let's say, for the sake of argument here, you're a believer in competitiveness. The same way you are at war with a different party in your own country, you think there would be a war with these other countries, which may or may not be happening from biowarfare, misinformation. A lot of weird things are happening that are a little too convenient. So I'm no conspiracy theorist. I won't guess on something I don't know. I don't assume what I don't know. But there does seem to be some jostling for positioning here going on between the big countries. And if you want to be competitive in America and you want to be successful in those competitions, you can't be fighting with your own goddamn team. You got to work this shit out. You got to work this shit out, or we'll lose to others. Now, I don't even believe in this mindset. I think everybody can do well with the right mindset. Call me an idealist. Call me a dreamer. But that's what I think. So, but even by your own logic, we got to do better to work together. Little meditation break. Life's good. I say that about 100 times a day. Life's good. Or I don't know. That always seems the best coming out of meditation. I don't want to form it up into, I know now. I am it now. It's like clear, I don't know. Life's good. So for Revelutionary on business commentary, this thing banging all the time.
Ever since the day I was born, I had a feeling like we needed to get out. Ever since the day I was born, I had a feeling like we needed to get out. Ever since the day I was born, I had a feeling like we needed to get out.
We're not talking that business. We're going to talk macro business. Revelutionary business. I like to talk about development. Just human development, industrial development, technological development. Evolution is us over thousands, millions of years getting better from learning within ourselves and, genetically, right? So development would be external development, the development of technological advances, industrial advances, etc. In some ways, we're creating our own super species outside of ourselves by creating artificial intelligence, supercomputers, quantum computing, machines, outsourcing decision making. You know, even if you look at a basic scientific advance like heart surgeries and, you know, things in modern medicine, per evolution, certain things would happen and recessive traits would die off and dominant traits would continue and the species would evolve. But the more that we develop outside of ourselves, we're almost kind of like stunting our own internal evolution, and we're evolving outside of ourselves. Could be good, but could be bad. I'm just saying that's what we're doing. Now, if you look at Earth like Eden, we're destroying Eden in the name of development. So we're, you know, we pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Ooh, we're fuck. You know? So as we put factories down over trees and things, we're destroying Eden. From that lens, development's bad. But from another lens, on some Star Wars shit, you can't go from a hammer to a spaceship without developing in between. So if we want to get to spaceships, etc., this is all kind of part of that. And if being a human being is about surviving and continuing on the species and knowledge, eventually the Earth, we either will kill ourselves or the Earth will kill us, or an ice age or a comet or whatever killed the dinosaurs, more viruses, something could get us. So theoretically, I guess, yeah, we do got to start finding new places to cultivate and live on, in addition to Earth, similar to like Star Wars, where they got the bar and everybody from all the different places comes, right? It's really not crazy to think that that can happen. I mean, we're not the only lucky species in an infinite universe to have life. I mean, there has to be other life. I think there just basically has to. So if we want to develop to then, you know, go out into interstellar existence, you kind of have to develop. So that's kind of where development comes back to being a good thing on the, like, you know, couple 100,000 year, million year plan on when the Earth could cause all of humans' destruction, as long as we don't destroy ourselves in the process again there. Like, it's kind of like we're kind of pot committed, like, you know, ice caps are melting, you know, beaches are becoming smaller, there's ozone holes, there's more, you know, we're doing destructive things to Eden in the name of this development, either to get off before something bad happens, or we might cause the bad thing to happen. So we got to watch that, and it's a yin-yang balance between these two things. I'm not saying I'm pro-development or anti-development. I'm just saying it's got to be smart, sustainable development. I don't know why that's can't be done with modern technology. You can do all sorts of crazy shit. You can certainly figure out how to do this thing sustainably, knowing what we know. It doesn't need to be business versus, you know, the environment. It should be kind of, let's make everything work, right? Now, if we are going to jump from Earth to other planets, maybe a neat idea is we zone Earth residential and put all automated factories and AI developed robotic production, put that elsewhere. It's way harder to get where we can breathe on the moon or Mars than it is to put some machines up where they don't need to breathe. Let's put that shit there and transport that back and really make Eden pretty nice, right? I feel like that's a good win-win. Put all the bullshit up there, so just in case the robots go crazy, they're up there. You know? Let's put that shit up there. Bring this shit back down here. And here we just cultivate and take real nice Earth zoned residential. That's what I'm promoting. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I took a weed gummy before this, so I'm a little loosey-goosey, but yeah, the philosophy is on whatever that shit was I talked about during it. Pragmatic Party was on some other shit about people are arguing about shit they shouldn't be arguing about. And How Solutionary is about, whoa, what the fuck, world's changing too fast shit. Yeah, so, but one thing that don't change, Coley loves y'all.
Thinking I don't know shit. shit. Right now 76, thinking I don't know shit. Yeah, I don't know shit.